Good morning, everyone. This is Mark Rana, and I'm going to present the origin of drama. But first, let us have the definition of drama. According to Britannica.com, the word drama is derived from the Greek word dran, means to do or to perform. Akin to Greek dranian, means to be ready, to do, and technically, it means deed or action on the stage. Drama is an imitation of life, in which dialogues and acting are in full consonance with real life, where acting and performance occupy the first place, and dance and dialogues occupy the second place. Drama is a branch of fine arts. According to some scholars, the drama is a literary miracle which is written for the stage. Dialogues and speeches are in the form of poem. Sentiments and feelings are expressed by body and tongue. The origin of drama. It is commonly believed that the art of drama is Western form of literature and it has been originated from the Greeks. But in reality, it is totally opposite to it, as the Encyclopedia Americana has rejected this theory. It traces its origin in Egypt as far back as 3200 BC. Some modern researches indicated that some knowledge of the drama may have come from Egypt, where it is known of Egyptian drama was the famous Abydos or Osiris passion play, Osiris being the name of the god whose history is celebrated. The pyramid texts, of which at least 55 exists in the coronation festival plays, several of which survive in some forms, hebseds or coronation jubilees, physical evidences of which still exist in great number of passion plays, at least three, and at least one medical play recognized by Egyptology. Now, scholars are divided on the origin of drama. Some trace the origin to Greece, but others insist the drama in its definitive form or pattern evolved from Egypt. However, the account of tracing the origin of drama to Greece is more plausible. The evolution is clearer and well documented. The origins of Western drama can be traced to the celebratory music of 6th century BC Attica, the Greek region centered on Athens. Although accounts of this period are inadequate, it appears that the poet Thespis developed a new musical form in which he impersonated a single character and engaged a chorus of singers and dancers in dialogue. As the first composer and soloist in this new form, which came to be known as tragedy, Thespis can be considered both the first dramatist and the first actor. The Greek drama. Ancient Greek theater would have been very dramatic, almost like a pantomime, consisting of a Greek chorus, costumes, theatrical masks, and other ritual characteristics, all of which would have been staged in an open air setting. If you hear anything along the lines of Agamemnon, Antigone, Agon, Apollo, Aristotle, Athenian, Attica, Bacchae, and many other names, because the list really does go on, and all have their own links to ancient world plays by way of mythology, Greek gods, Greek empire, a representation of religion or Greek society and culture. Greek theater would have painted a picture of the legendary Greek Empire. The most significant playwrights of Greek tragedies are Aeschylus, Sophocles, Euripides, Aristophanes, and Menander. The first three dramatists are commonly referred to as tragedians, whilst the two latter lyricists were seen as comic writers. If you have read a Greek tragedy as part of one of your educational courses or because you are drawn to the suspense, you will be familiar with the chorus or a group of people who commentate on the story as it unfolds. Now let us proceed to the Roman The Romans influenced to the drama. Rome was introduced to Greek drama and Greek comedy around 250 BCE, and many Romans reworked the original plays, dividing the stories into episodes, removing the choruses, and replacing them with a musical element like an orchestra or having them singing. The Roman times were still influenced by Greek gods and mythological Greek culture, but Roman theater was equally expressive of themes significant to Rome, Sicily, and society in Italy in general, as well as classical literature and religious rites. Performances would have been composed of Venetian masks, ceremonial dancing, and stylized with a range of facial expressions. During the medieval and Renaissance drama, hundreds of years after the first ever creations of tragedy and comedy, medieval drama brought something totally new to theater in a move away from reworking older styles. With the Christian church originally opposing theater, seeing it as controversial, religious holiday stories and scenarios from the Bible naturally started to be performed by leaders of the churches, and eventually, these performances became more elaborate and moved to other parts of the community. Elizabethan drama developed during the Renaissance period, thanks to a rejuvenated celebration of all types of art. The first ever Elizabethan playhouse opened around this time, and plays by famous playwrights, like the acclaimed William Shakespeare, of course, were performed regularly across the country. His plays were more structural than had ever been seen before and represented comedy tragedy combined to give well rounded performances, offering something for everyone. In the 18th and 19th century drama, classes were very much divided in the 18th century, and writers drew on this in their texts. Many plays were therefore written for and about the middle class, moving away from the outdated themes that were covered by Shakespeare and his peers. Plays played on the battle of the sexes and were witty and humorous. In the 19th century, Romanticism in Western Europe was born and focused on emotion and spiritualism, heavily influencing drama of the period. Romantic plays began to dominate the continent, with famous writers like Faust and Johann Wolfgang von Goethe becoming hugely popular. The modern drama is what we would call many of the plays that emerged from the 20th century onwards, which developed due to further experimentation. Music played a big part in modern drama, while realistic drama was also increasingly popular. For some, though, this seemed a step too far from the origins of drama and theater, and they wanted the art to be revitalized once more. This made way for a symbolist movement, particularly in France in the 1880s. Texts became suggestive and almost dreamlike. Chekhov and Ibsen are good examples of masters of strong symbolist drama. The Expressionist movement came about in the early 1900s and was darker and more grotesque, exploring the depths of the human psyche, turning stage shows into more like nightmares. Other forms of theater, pioneered for example by Bertolt Brecht in Germany, sought to disassociate viewers from the emotions of the characters so that they could focus on the theme of the play. Finally, contemporary playwrights of the 1960s and 70s began to focus more heavily on language and dialogue, with Tom Stoppard, for one, being a very important writer of the time. This brings us to the 21st century and theater as we know it today. There are numerous 21st century dramatists and playwrights actively writing today. Yet many stage actors are still representing characters from classical plays, at times with a modern twist. Musical theater is also a very prominent scene. In a world that is obsessed with fantasy, Many of the dramas that are turned into TV adaptations are linked to escapism, yet we are all just as interested in the realism of other people's lives. The reason why reality television is so popular in modern society. The variety of different types of drama in modern times means that there is also a lot of room for different styles of acting. And that's all for the origin of drama. Thank you for listening.
Drama is a form of literature or performance that explores human emotions, conflicts, and relationships through dialogue and action. This is a genre that encompasses a wide range of stories and artistic expressions, including plays, films, television series, and even certain types of novels. The nature of drama is rooted in its ability to reflect and comment on the human experience. It often presents stories that revolve around complex characters facing challenges, dilemmas, or crises, and it explores their emotional and psychological responses to those situations. Drama can capture a wide range of human emotions, including love, jealousy, fear, anger, and grief, and it seeks to evoke strong emotional responses from its audience. Yes, diba when we watch drama, na-feel tayo ng different emotions. Fear, anger, especially if yung villain character, diba, nakakainis. Ayan. Sorry for the background noise. Our house is talagang nasa gilid ng outside. One of the key elements of drama is conflict. It drives the narrative forward and it creates tension and suspense among characters and ba, nakaka-feel din ng suspense yung audiences. It, it can arise from various sources such as interpersonal relationships, societal issues, or in internal struggles within a character. Conflict serves to highlight the choices characters make and the consequences of their actions, leading to personal growth, moral dilemmas, or tragic outcomes. Another important aspect of drama is the exploration of themes and motifs through the portrayal of characters and their interactions. Ayan na naman. Drama often delves into complex themes such as love, betrayal, power, identity, morality, and social issues. It offers a platform to examine and question societal norms, values, and beliefs, provoking thought and discussion among its viewers or readers. Drama is typically presented through dialogue and action, conversation with characters, their action, what they do. Dialogue allows characters to express their thoughts, what they feel, their emotions, and their intentions, while action brings those words to life on stage or screen. The combination of well-crafted dialogue and compelling action creates a dynamic and engaging experience for the audience. In addition to its literary and performance aspects, drama also encompasses various theatrical techniques, including stage design, the lighting, diba? If you watch Dirty Linen, yung lighting nila, the sound, the background, yung background music, diba? Pag parang suspense and eksena, and the costume, diba? The props. I remember the location of um, the Broken Marriage Vow played by Miss Jodie Santa Maria. Diba? Ganda naman ang damit niya doon and very fashionista. So those elements contributes to the overall aesthetic and atmosphere of dramatic production, enhancing the audience's immersion in understanding of the story. Especially yung maladi, yung sound. Overall, the nature of drama is characterized by its exploration of human conditions, conflicts, and themes that aims to entertain audience, provoke and challenge the audience, and it serves as a reflection of human condition. Ayan ang ingay. Offering insights into the complexities of our lives and the choices we make. So here are the elements which I mentioned earlier. We have conflict, plot, characters, dialogue, um, theme, staging and performance, and emotional impact. So conflict, drama revolves around conflict, can be internal within the character or external. Character versus nature. You know. Conflict derives the plot and creates tension, keeping the audience engaged. It can arise from various sources, such as personal struggles of the character, societal issues, or clashes between characters. Plot follows a beginning, middle, and end. The plot unfolds through a series of events and actions leading to resolution. It typically includes rising action, climax, and falling action, which contribute to the overall dramatic effect. Then characters, they're an integral part of drama because they bring the story to life through their actions, the dialogue, the conversation, things that they speak in the relationships with the characters involved in the drama. And well-developed characters have distinct personalities. Iba yung personalities of the character, may mabait, matalino, ganito, ganyan. So, different and distinct personalities. Diba? It's like when we compare these characters to our students, our learners. So, our students have distinct personalities and distinct characters, motivations, and conflicts, enabling the audience to emotionally connect with it. Okay. Dialogue. This is a primary means of communication in drama. It allows characters to express their thoughts, emotions, and intentions. Effective dialogue captures the essence of the characters and conveys important information to the audience. It plays a crucial role in revealing character traits, advancing the plot, and building the relationships. The dialogue reveals the character traits because ano yung sinasabi ng the character reflects doon sa kanyang personality. So that's dialogue. It's very important. And just in drama, but in our day-to-day lives, and of course, as teachers, we communicate to our students. We communicate, mm, and we convey information sa kanila. So that's dialogue. So important siya in our day-to-day lives as teachers and in drama. Next is we have theme. It often explores universal themes and concepts, reflecting the human condition and societal issues. Themes can range from love, from power, and betrayal to justice, identity, and morality. They provide depth and meaning to the dramatic work, encouraging rather audiences to contemplate and engage with the underlying messages. So when we watch films, when we watch television series, dramas, so different themes in explore nila. About society, about nature, about justice, morality. So, yeah. And staging and performance. Drama is often meant to be performed on stage or in other mediums such as film or television. So not just on stage and theater, but it can also be performed in films and television. The physical aspects of staging, including the sets, just like Batang Quiapo, sa Quiapo, so yung shooting the broken marriage vow, it was shot in Baguio, and I think the Iron Heart, silang scenes ngayon sa Spain. Yeah? So the sets, the highest level Filipino film of all time. Now, it was shot in, saan ba yun? I think it's in Singapore. Singapore ba? Parang, yeah. And the props, the lighting, the costumes, it contributes to the overall atmosphere and visual appeal. Ano? And performers bring the characters to life. Paano nila interpret yung characters nila, adding emotional depth and nuance to the story. Emotional impact. Drama aims to evoke a range of emotions in the audience such as joy, a sadness, anger, or empathy. When we watch drama, especially if it's a happy scenes, we feel joy, sad when the main character encounters something difficult, challenging, challenging yung mga pinagdadaanan niya. We feel angry, yung villain ng character, yung yung main character, or naawa ka. All of those emotions, we feel natin the impact of drama, its audiences. By depicting relatable situations and exploring human experiences, drama creates an emotional connection between the audience and the characters, fostering a deeper engagement and reflection. Lato-lato. May naglato-lato. Okay, so let's proceed to functions. Drama as a form of literature and performing arts serves various functions and fulfills multiple purposes. Here are some key functions of drama. Sorry for the typographical error. So first is entertainment. Drama is primarily created to entertain audiences. It offers an engaging and immersive experiences through storytelling. The characters entertain them, but the dialogue, the spectacle, it captivates the audience and providing them with emotional and intellectual stimulation. Na-entertain ka with the characters. It's a jolly characters and the dialogue. And then education and reflection. Drama can be used as a tool for education and reflection, both in formal and informal settings. I remember when I was in high school, my teacher in English asked us to give us a task to make a movie review about films. And the film that was given to our group was titled The Count of Monte Cristo. It was a very good film. The storytelling and the message conveys to its audiences. Napakaganda. So yeah, we can use drama, para for education, for learners to learn, and reflect, diba? Reflect on what the characters are doing, the decisions of the characters, the views of the characters, the beliefs of the character. So, pwede natin siyang gamitin our discussion, and through movie reviews, and informal settings. If we just want to share something to that person we're talking to, so pwede siya. It can explore and shed light on various societal and social, kanina about societal issues, not only that, about our culture, historical, our history, and moral issues. By presenting these themes in dramatic context, it encourages critical thinking. Mapapaisip ka na lalo na sa atin, ay, bakit kaya ganun? It encourages critical thinking, empathy, and a deeper understanding of human experiences and social dynamics. Diba? Example na lang dito yung sa napapanood sa MMK. Diba? We have deeper understanding of the experiences of people involved doon sa MMK. Whether it be about family, about societal issues. Yeah. Okay, next is emotional catharsis. Drama often evokes intense emotion in its audience, providing a platform for emotional catharsis. Through the portrayal of conflicts, struggles, and resolutions, drama enables viewers to connect with the characters. Di ba nakaka-connect ka when you watch drama and experience a release of emotions? Minsan, when you're angry at the character, or when you're happy for the character, parang sa iyak ka, nagalit ka. Kaya sometimes therapeutic and emotionally satisfying. Then communication and expression. Drama is a powerful medium of communication and expression. Why? Because it allows playwrights, yan, yung mga gumagawa ng mga plays, the actors and directors and the writers to convey their ideas, their perspectives, and messages to wide audience. What they feel, how they look life, how they perceive life, diba? So their perspectives and the message they're going to communicate sa wide audience. Kasi maraming nakakapanood. Drama can articulate complex emotions, social commentary, diba? Mga political ideologies and personal narratives in compelling and accessible manner. Social commentary, drama has a long history of reflecting and critiquing society. So may mga ganun ano, it can highlight social issues, inequalities, men, women, LGBTQIA plus community, mga injustices, hindi nabibigyan ng justice, unfair justice system, and other aspects of human condition. By portraying conflicts and dilemmas faced by characters, drama prompts the audience to contemplate their own beliefs, values, and societal norms. Cultural preservation. Drama plays a vital role in preserving and celebrating cultural traditions and heritage. It can showcase folklore, diba? Yung mga myths, historical events, and cultural rituals, thereby preserving the collective memory of the community or society. Ano? Not only the beliefs of the beliefs of the characters, or sabi natin kanina, ma-convey yung messages that the players, the actors, that they wanted to communicate to the audience. Also, nagpipreserve din siya ng collective memory, the collective culture of a certain community or certain society. May merong mga dramas, mga films na pinapakita yung culture, doon yung mga festivals ng isang lugar, mga paniniwala, ano yung mga beliefs. So, it's one way of preserving the memory, the heritage ng isang community. Escapism and imagination. Drama provides an avenue for escaping, transporting the audience to different times, places, and realities. When we watch drama, we just wanted to parang escape, what we're doing, what we're feeling, our work, whatever. Diba? Parang, napunta ka na kung saan lugar, you went to different places, different times, yung mga sinapunang panahon, and then realities, different realities. So, escapism and imagine yung when you're just sitting and then yung imagination mo, you went to LU, you went to El Nido, Boracay, sana all. It sparks imagination and allows individuals to explore alternative worlds, characters, and scenarios beyond their everyday lives. Community engagement. Drama often brings people together, fostering a sense of community and shared experience. Yung drama, it can be performed in theaters, mostly mga theaters. Kasi, kakita pa yun. The sound of music ng mga theater. So, it can be. Pero, pwede siya i-perform in schools, diba? Kaya nakipagawa sa mga estudyante, na activity, diba? In community centers and other venues that creates an opportunity for collective engagement, dialogue, and collaboration. So, pag sa mga estudyante, when I let them do drama, especially sa Filipino, I'm handling Filipino 10 subjects. 10 Filipino 10 subject. Yan, parang lumalabas yung kanilang creativity, diba, yung artistry nila. So, pwede natin sa kanila ipagawa, diba? It creates opportunities for engagement sa community. There's collective engagement, there's dialogue and collaboration among members sa students, group, or members of the communities. I think that's it. I hope mm, you get something from my presentation. So thank you so much for listening.
Since we are done with the discussion of the definition, the functions, and the background or the history of drama, let us proceed now with the key features of drama, which are the text, the transformation, and the performance, which are the key features in creating a powerful theatrical experience for audience. But I am only assigned to discuss the first feature of the drama, which is the text. But before that, let us first define what text is in a drama. In a simple definition, text refers to the spoken or verbal words of the characters in a play or in a drama. It refers to the dialogues or even the monologues between or among characters in a drama, which gives the audience the opportunity to identify their character personality, their motive, or even their feelings in a drama or a play. Text is very important in a drama because through text or dialogues or monologues, the audience are able to identify or categorize the role of the characters in a drama, whether they are considered as the antagonist or the villains or the protagonist in the drama. Through text also, the characters are able to convey their emotions or their feelings, and this gives the opportunity for the audience to understand the feeling of the characters and the reasons why they are feeling that way. Let us imagine a drama without the presence of text. Chaotic, very plain and boring. Your audience will be left yawning watching your drama without the presence of text. That is why the text has the power to captivate and engage the audience in the play as they follow the story of the characters. It is because the skillful use of text in a drama can be a way of creating a tension between or among the characters. That is why there are certain lines in our favorite movies or drama that became so iconic even after so many years that we still remember. Let us take for example Cherry Hill's line in Bituing Walang Ningning in 1985, yung you are nothing but a trying hard copycat. So that line became so iconic that it is remembered even today. And for sure, there are also so many lines out there that even now exist after so many years because the impact of that line remains even after so many years. That is why text is really important in a drama as an element because it gives the audience the impact of the totality of the drama. That's why text also should convey the total message of the drama. It conveys the total message while captivating and sustaining the interest of the audience in the drama or the story in a drama. A well-crafted text in a script or a drama or play can create a memorable experience or performance and can leave a memorable impact to the audience. As what I have said a while ago, a text is a very important feature in drama because it can influence or it can capture the interest of the audience and it can leave an impactful effect to the audience. So text is a very significant because it is the primary means by which the characters express themselves or gives the audience the opportunity to connect with them. So that is the importance of text in a drama.
The dramatic text is traditionally seen as a means to staging a performance and is seldom conceived by any dramatist as a literature only. So, this time we are going to talk about the transformation process that takes place from the written text to the stage performance. Depending on whether one reads a play or watches it on stage, one has different kinds of access to dramatic text. As a reader, one receives first hand written information on what the character looks like, how they act, react in certain situations, how they speak, and what sort of setting forms the background to a scene, and etc. However, one also has to make a cognitive effort to imagine all these features and interpret them. Stage for performances, on the other hand, are more or less ready made instantiations of all these details. In other words, at the theater, one is presented with a version of the play which has already been interpreted by the director, actors, costume designers, makeup artists, and all the other members of the theater staff who bring the play to life. The difference then lies in the divergent forms of perception. Take this introductory commentary from Sean O'Casey's Juno and the Peacock. The living room of a two-room tenancy occupied by the Boyle family in a tenement house in Dublin. Left, a door leading to another part of the house. Left of door, a window looking into the street. At back, a dresser. Farther to right at back, a window looking into the back of the house. Between the window and the dresser is a picture of the Virgin. Below the picture, on a bracket, is a crimson bowl in which a floating votive light is burning. Farther to the right is a small bed partly concealed by cretonne hangings strung on a twine. To the right is the fireplace. Near the fireplace is a door leading to the other room. Beside the fireplace is a box containing coal, and on the mantel shelf is an alarm clock lying on its face. And sometimes the information we get is not as detailed as that and leaves us with a lot of questions. Take a look at this, another excerpt from the first scene of Edward Bond Saved. Now, this one is quite difficult, so I am gonna read that for everyone. And this is a scene when two strangers had a rather brief and uninformative conversation. We are confronted with two characters who hardly seem to know each other, and believe it or not, they have agreed on a one-night stand. Yes, and take note that the amount or detail of information given in the play is particularly important at the beginning of plays, where the audience expects to learn something about the problem or conflict of the story, the main characters, and also the time and place of the scene. In other words, the audience is informed about the who, what, where, when, and why of the story at the beginning of the plays. As Mutton in 1989 stated, although the drama is traditionally regarded as different from the other two literary art forms, which is prose and poetry, because of its performance orientation, this aspect is normally overlooked in practice when drama theorists study this genre. It is often studied only as literature, while its performance orientation is actually overlooked. Now, drama as a text, it presents a network of verbal signs which usually appear in the form of plays made of written words and involve primarily linguistic but also literary and cultural codes. Drama as a performance, it offers a network of many types of signs which, in addition to words, include body language, costume, sets, lights, colors, props, intonations, etc., the suprasegmental features of the human voice, and each type belonging to a discrete semiotic system with a discrete code, but all of them conveniently summarized as staging signs involving common theoretical and cultural codes as per Alter in 1981. Now, what happens if a written text is staged? What happens is that some stage directions disappear without a trace because they express authorial comments like social or philosophical observations which cannot be conveyed by means of staging signs. Those which can be transposed into one or several staging signs are indeed transposed, but not in a direct or not in as direct way as the dialogue is, but as one of the many options in the choice of the staging signs made after the selection of a stage text. In the same way, the textual stage directions are affected in the transformation process from text to performance, where written verbal signs are transposed to visual or auditory signs. Textual dialogue is also affected in this process. Quoted from Rosick, the dramatic text is not complete as a work of art because it is not univocal and because it is non-existent without the realization of at least one interpretation. And when a verbal sign transposed from text to stage, they do not actually change their code, but the materiality of their signifiers as sound substitutes for writing. Now they become vulnerable to the action of staging signs, especially to the transformations generated by our human voice. Another quote from Alam is, in its completeness, its need for physical contextualization, dramatic discourse is invariably marked by a potential gesturability which the language of narrative does not normally possess, since its context is described rather than pragmatically pointed to. Even with verbal signs, then, as a stage director or stage producer or anyone, a staff from the drama performance, has an opportunity of taking advantage of the potential ambiguities of written words to make his or her own creative input. And in this transformation, verbal signs become vulnerable only to the action of staging signs generally, but especially to the effects of the human voice, which is the chief medium employed in the performance stage. Now, as per Alter, written verbal signs themselves, despite being equivocal, have certain safeguards that can prevent confusion, and they can be read at leisure and even be read if the need arises. But the spoken word, as he quoted, more treacherous, that would mean that the spoken word is much more unreliable because, under the best conditions, it is heard less distinctly than the written word is read, and it cannot be retrieved once it is uttered and gone. Another quote from Alter, a so called poetic text or a text which indulges in a vague terms, avoids explanations, and rejects codified grammatical sequences, opens the way for partial transformations by means of voice and other staging signs. Such a text will have a higher theatricality index and ceteris paribus, a greater appeal for staging. Excuse me. Now, in the transformation process, the suprasegmental features of the dialogue, like stress, intonation, pitch, as well as the quality and modulation of the actor's voice in a theoretical performance, determine the meaning of words in a way that clearly reveals the ambiguity of written dialogue in a literary text. Stage performances might transform text and project new reference so that these texts acquire new meanings. So that is it's a short, actually, that's quite a brief information on the transformation process feature of the drama from text to performance, as with the notion that these literary texts are written to be staged or to be performed. That boils down to the next topic, which is performance, to be discussed by Mom Babylin.
In the context of drama, the element of performance refers to the live enactment or presentation of a dramatic work before an audience. It involves bringing the text and characters to life through the use of actors, staging, movement, and other theatrical elements. The performance element is crucial as it provides a dynamic and interactive experience for both the performers and the audience. Before I proceed, I have here the saying about life related to drama. In order to thrive and develop, one must embrace the theatrical nature of life, as it is filled with various dramatic elements. Strive to become the finest actor, adept at navigating and excelling in this dramatic journey. We have here the key aspects of performance. We have six key aspects of performance. Number one is the actors. When we say actors, they are the skilled performers bring the characters from the dramatic text to life through their physicality, voice, and interpretation. They embody the personalities, emotions, and motivations of the characters, creating connection between the audience and the story being told. I have here the example here. One of the most well-known examples of dramatic poetry is William Shakespeare's plays such as Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, and Macbeth. So the example I have been taken is it is from Romeo and Juliet. So the actors here, skilled actors take on the roles of Romeo and Juliet and other characters, embodying their emotions, motivations, and relationships. Through their performances, they bring the characters to life, allowing the audience to engage with their struggles and desires. So of course, si Romeo and Juliet ang main actor and the other characters. So they are considered as actors in the key elements of a performance. Next is staging and set design. It is the physical space where the performance takes place, including the stage, scenery, props, and lighting, plays a significant role in enhancing the dramatic impact. The set design and staging choices can reflect the time period, location, and mood of the play, providing a visual context for the audience. Example, the play may be staged in a theater with a carefully designed set that reflects the settings of Verona and its various locations. The set might include elements such as the Capulet and Montag households, the balcony where Romeo and Juliet meet, and the tomb where the tragic climax unfolds. The set design helps transport the audience into the world of the play. So that is the example of staging and design of Romeo and Juliet. Next is the blocking and movement. When we say blocking, refers to the planned movement and positioning of actors on stage. Directors work with performers to create dynamic and meaningful stage pictures, ensuring that actors move in a way that is visually engaging and supports the storytelling. Movement can include gestures, of course, physical interactions, and choreographed sequences. Here, the example. Okay, the actors move and interact on stage according to the director's guidance. Of course, si direct ang masusunod. For instance, the famous balcony scene involves Romeo speaking from below while Juliet listens and responds from above. The physical movements, gestures, and positioning of the actors convey the characters' emotions and relationships, adding depth to the performance. Okay, claro. Next key elements is the costume and makeup. When we say costume and makeup, the attire and appearance of the actors contribute to the overall visual representation of the characters. So, costume designers collaborate with the director and actors to create costumes that reflect the characters' personalities, social status, and historical context. Makeup and other visual effects may also be used to enhance characterization or create a specific looks. Here is the example. The actor wears costumes that evoke the time period and social status of the characters. Romeo and Juliet may be dressed in Renaissance era attire, while the family's costumes might emphasize their differences in status or reflect their familial colors. So makeup may be used to enhance or alter the actors. So appearances such as emphasizing Juliet's youth or creating ones during fight scenes. Okay. Next is five. Key aspects of performance is sound and music. When we say sound and music, sound design, including background music, sound effects, and live or recorded audio, can greatly enhance the atmosphere and emotional impact of a performance. It helps create a more immersive experience for the audience, emphasizing important moments, transitions, or setting the overall mood of the play. Like here, the performance may feature a carefully crafted soundscape, including background music, ambient sounds, and sound effects. Soft, romantic music might accompany moments of love and tenderness, of course, while intense music or sound effects could heighten the tension during conflicts or tragic scenes. Sound cues and musical motifs can contribute to the overall atmosphere and emotional impact of the performance. Yes. Next, the six key aspects of performance is the audience interaction. So, malaga na may audience man. A live performance involves a reciprocal relationship between the performers and the audience. The reactions, energy, and engagement of the audience can influence the actors' performances, creating a dynamic and unique experience with each performance. Audience participation may be encouraged in certain forms of theater, further blurring the boundaries between the performers and the audience. Like this example, the audience reactions, including laughter, gasp, or applause, yes, become part of the performance. Diba may tinatawag tayong audience impact. So the actors respond to the audience energy, adapting their performances accordingly. Additionally, the presence of an engaged audience can create a shared experience and heighten emotional impact during key moments such as Romeo and Juliet's first meeting or the climactic ending. Ikaw man daw mag-perform tapos walang kabay-buhay ang audience. So, syempre kung may audience, may fans, madasig po present, perform ara sa imong drama. So, the performance element in drama adds a multi-dimensional layer to the text and transforms it into a living experiential form of art. It allows for the interpretation, adaptation, and exploration of the written text, bring it to life in a way that engages the senses and emotions of the audience. The performance element in drama refers to the act of presenting a written text such as a play or script through live action and embodiment by actors. So this aspect of drama adds a multi-dimensional layer to the text, taking it beyond mere words on a page and transforming it into a living, experiential form of art. So when a written text is performed, it comes to life through the interpretation, adaptation, exploration of the material by the actors, directors, and other members of the production team. So each performance is unique as it reflects the creative choices, artistic vision, and personal expressions of those involved. This process allows for a variety of perspectives and approaches, contributing to the richness and diversity of the theatrical experience. Of course, by engaging the senses and emotions of the audience, the performance element in drama creates a powerful connection between the viewers and the story being told. Through the use of body language, expressions, vocal techniques, and stage design, the performers are able to convey the nuances and complexities of the characters and their relationships. So, this immersive experience allows the audience to fully immerse themselves in the world of the play and empathize with the characters' struggles, joys, and conflicts. To sum up my report, the performance element in drama enhances the text by bringing it to life, engaging the senses and emotions of the audience. It enables interpretation, adaptation, and exploration, allowing for a wide range of creative possibilities. By transforming the written text into a living, experiential form of art, drama creates a profound, impactful experience that can resonate deeply with the viewers. Thank you, and that would be all for the performance element in drama. Thank you for listening. So here is our team, the Learning Squad 3. Thank you so much.